Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of ExcelR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Wanna get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. ExcelR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with ExcelR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if ExcelR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
It was a great course and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with ExcelR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our technical fest Atmos, and I thank ExcelR for being a part of it.
very much interested in learning digital marketing course for a very long period of time, but I don't get a proper platform. So later from our college, I get to know about ExcelR and I enrolled in ExcelR course. It was really good experience. Our course has been taken by Mayur sir, and he was very good teacher. He not only focusing on theory part, he is doing how real digital marketing works, and it was in total very good experience. I get so much of knowledge. Here they're not only focusing on study, they're also conducting different exams to test our knowledge. And as we are giving the exam, so to appreciate our work, they give certificates for the toppers, and along with the certificate they give hampers. Thank you, ExcelR.
Recently, I was searching for digital marketing courses online in Google, and I came across ExcelR, and I attended a digital marketing course which was for 15 days. My mentor Mayur helped me for attending these classes. So he is a very informative and helpful guy. In the course end, there is a exam which I topped, so I came to the ExcelR office in Bengaluru. This digital marketing course has helped my career and my skills to develop, and the certificate has helped my company to join. Thank you, ExcelR.
I came to know about this course from my college. Actually, for learning platform, this is very nice, and I learned from here ChatGPT and AI from online. Because he's teaching for me for AI generative and ChatGPT. We are using this technology in more. And after finishing the courses, I came for collecting the certificate. I seen the classrooms and faculties. Classroom is very nice. After the completion of exam, they will give gift and certificates. Thank you, ExcelR, for giving these courses. I learned a lot from this. I gained the more knowledge from here. And thank you for ExcelR for teaching us.
Hello guys, I'm Vikram Mahajan and I'm studying in Swami Vivekananda Institute of Technology College, and I came across a training program which was mobile app development using Flutter, which was given to us by ExcelR Solutions. I came across this program through my college faculty who told us about this program, that it is a very good course and you should enroll in this course. So I enrolled in this course, and initially I felt really good about this course because they started everything from a very basic point of view, that even if someone who doesn't know anything about Flutter or anything about mobile app development can also learn the same way the ones who know about it are learning. So no student was left behind and everyone was given equal attention. All the doubts throughout the course were cleared. And if we had any questions also, we were like, the trainer was also ready to stay for a longer time than it was scheduled, even for the sake of doubts. So that shows how important the students are to them. So it was a really good experience with ExcelR's program, and by the end of the training program, I was able to develop my own application. And through the development also, there was another point. So our sir taught us about how we can connect our own mobile phone to our laptop and write code in our laptop, and you can see the output in your phone. It was really creative and interesting for me. I felt really good about that. So in the end, I developed my own mobile application. I showed it to my mother, I showed it to my friends. I felt really good about it. So I would really suggest ExcelR. I would recommend it to all my friends to take courses from here, as they focus on the children, focus on the students, and they focus on what's necessary, that is the students' doubts gets cleared and everything else. So today I came down to the ExcelR office to collect my certificate. So I got to know about what other courses ExcelR is offering. It included data analysis, data analyst, social media marketing, and full stack Java, and many more courses which were interesting, and they gave us an insight of how everything happens, and they take you through the course from the starting of the course to the end, and what next, that is placements as well. How you should be going into the interviews and how you should be approaching to companies, your resume building, and there were so many things which ExcelR is going to help you in, and they are ready to give you all the knowledge required even if you are a beginner. So I really felt good about this visit, and I would really recommend ExcelR to everyone who's listening to this, and also to all my friends, that I had a very good experience with ExcelR, and I would suggest you to experience the same. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Satish and I am from Swami Vivekananda Institute of Technology. I am here to share my experience about ExcelR program. I took part in the ExcelR program that was conducted in the last month about the mobile app development using Flutter. What I liked the most about this session was the trainer started from the scratch. That means even the beginner who don't know about the basics of the program, even they can learn the most from this program. It gave me hands-on experience by developing a project which was the final outcome. Thank you ExcelR for giving me this opportunity, and I would also recommend all my friends to take part in the ExcelR programs. Thank you.
My name is Tasneem. I'm the Senior Manager at 98 Percentile in the HR department. And today we did a wonderful drive with ExcelR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them till today. I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time we would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at ExcelR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now, coming to the students, what ExcelR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic. They were well prepared. They were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident, and they were open to any kind of thing we were asking them to do. That was I think the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and ExcelR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Hi everyone, my name is Prachi Sharma and I'm the Senior Project Manager for IT Department at 90th percentile. So today we were here for this IT bootcamp, right, this technical drive and at ExcelR. So it was a great experience and I would feel that the students, they are the freshers, right, but it doesn't
Hi guys, good evening. Have you guys okay? So if we have joined, let's wait for the 2-3 minutes for everyone to join, then we'll kick off. If anybody has any concerns, queries, can put it on the chat. Meanwhile, any errors, any issues you all are getting while running the APIs, you all can let me know. So someone has sent a message. Okay, Amar sir has sent a message. Okay, then we'll start. So yesterday I had shown you all the CRUD operations, right? So if I share my screen, yeah, I'm sharing my screen. So, okay, I've shared my screen. Let me know if you're able to see it. So we had done the third operations yesterday on one entity, that was the student entity. So we did all the operations: create, read, update, delete on the student. So today I will do the same on another entity and we'll do all the end-to-end CRUD operations creation. Who's able to run these on his or her machine successfully, guys? Has anyone from you all tried to execute this? Or if yes, was it successful? Or if no, then what output or what error you all were getting? You all can share that. Yes, anyone? I have pushed all the code to the GitHub repository, right? I've shared this repository with you all. Let me open it up and show it to you all once. So I'm sharing my screen back. See, I've shared this with you guys. Knowledge Management System ExcelR. And see, in the SRC, main, College Management System, all the code is there over here. And I've also shared the resources with you all. In the resources, you have the properties file and all the configuration is there over here. Just you have to create this database, whatever database you have created in your MySQL, just give the name of the database over here. Rest everything remains the same. If you are using version 8, the latest MySQL, if you are using, then just add a CJ between between MySQL and JDBC. So com.mysql.cj.jdbc.driver. Just add that. Rest everything remains the same. So who has successfully done the CRUD operations? See, now I'll give you all one more demo using another entity, and we will perform all the create, read, update, delete operations. So I'll take one more. Let's say I want to take a player. Okay. So I go to the model class, and first I will go and add a class called as, okay, or let's say this is college, we'll take teacher then. Okay, we'll take, in the college we have a teacher also. So the teacher has attributes. In teacher number, string, name, teacher name, integer age, and let's say integer salary, let's assume. So the teacher has these attributes, out of which is the primary key that we have to annotate with @id. And we want a database table to be created with this name. So annotate that class with @entity. So with the class and give a control shift O. Import the ID from Jakarta persistence. Control shift import the entity also from Jakarta persist. This is a simple entity class I have made. Okay. So I'm showing everything from scratch. If anybody is doing pair programming with me, can do so. So now for every entity, you have to make a set of controller service repository. So as we have made the entity class teacher, then we need a teacher controller. Okay, we need a service class, teacher service. And we need a repository, new interface, teacher repository. Okay, so for every model class which we make, you have to make a set of controller, service, and repository. The controller and the service will be a classes, and the repository will be a interface. How my screen is visible to everyone? Someone raised their hand right now. It just flashed for some time and then it disappeared. So if you, yes, Badri, yes, Deepthi, you can put on the chat if you have any questions to ask. So you all can practice with me parallelly. Okay, now once done, We will go to the controller first. And now I want to post a new teacher. So to the controller, we will annotate @REST controller. Okay. To the service, we will annotate @service. To the repository, we will annotate @repository. These are annotations which we use. Okay. Teacher controller, teacher repository, and teacher service. And teacher entity is already there. Now let's go to the controller and make an endpoint. So I will make 4 endpoints. Okay. Create, that will be a post mapping. Get, that will be a read, that will be a get mapping. Update, that will be a put mapping. And delete, that will be a delete map. So let's start with the first option, create. So how will we create? So we will make a function, public string @teacher. Or save teacher, whatever. And now we'll make a post mapping for that so that the client can access it like this. So we'll do a post mapping, whatever the function name, I want to give the same mapping name. You can give a different one if you want to. I normally stick to the same one. Okay. Now what will we do? We will accept the details of the teacher. And then we will try to do this now. Okay, this is the fastest way, which I had shown you all yesterday. Taking the entire object, right? Request body. So I'll pass a teacher object like this. So I'm coming back over here. So if I will accept the entire teacher object, so I will say @request body, and I will pass a teacher object teacher. As we are in a different package, we'll import that. So we'll import the teacher. Then what to do now? Once we have the teacher, okay, controller will interact with the, okay, this diagram is still there. Controller interacts with the service. So controller should have the service object over here. And service interacts with the repository, should have a repository object over here. So in the controller, I will have the service object. In the service, I'll have the repository object. Okay. So in the controller, I will have the service object, teacher service. Okay, so this is the object. Directly in Spring Boot, you can directly get the object by auto wired. Just do auto wired and you get the object. The controller interacts with the service. Now I take the service object and I call a function of this service class, say save teacher. And I pass the teacher object over there. It will save this record and I will return a string saying teacher record inserted. But this function is not there, go and create it. Create. Now service interacts with the repository. So I have the repository object over here. And then the service has repository has a function to insert into database called as save. So all we have to do is using this repository object, call the save method and pass the object as a parameter. And once not save teacher, use the teacher repository. It is not having a function called save. Okay, we did not repository. You have to extend, no? How to be the repository? Extends JPAR control space bar JPA repository. This T is for the model class, which is the model class teacher, and this is the type of the primary key. The primary key is a type integer. Control shift or import everything. Now your service will support the save function. Simple steps, very streamlined approach Spring Boot has. So go to the teacher controller. The postman will send the entire object of the teacher. Postman will send the entire teacher object in the body. That object will directly come over here. I'll take this object, pass it to the service method. Service will pass it to the repository, and repository will save it to the database. Simple steps. If you understand it line by line, everything will fall into place. Run the application. Make sure database is on. If you're using WAMP, else database is always on for MySQL. Right click on the main class, run a Java application. So wait for that signal. It should say started in these many seconds. Okay, started in 12 seconds. And now let's go to the postman and try to make a new. So if you want, I can add a folder. If it says add a folder over here and rename this folder to student, right? We had added. So student, and so you can put all the student APIs in that. Drag it, put in the student folder. So they become a part of the student. Likewise, go there and make a new folder for teacher now. So we can store all the teacher CRUD operations inside teacher folder. Four of the three dots, click on add request. It's a post API. Come here. What was the endpoint? Go to the controller. The endpoint was save teach. And in the body, as a raw JSON, you have to pass the JSON format of that data. So what does that it contain? Teacher contains visual attributes. Take that over here and paste it, and then give double quotes. Don't need data type, just add the variables. So double quote for T number, give a colon, and then give teacher number 1. Next value, give a comma. The key has to be in double quotes in JSON. Double quote, give teacher name as Alice, comma. 1 colon. Then age, double quote, let's say 45, comma. And then salary, let's say $800. Okay, T name should have come over here. Okay, now this is the proper object. So these keys should match with the attributes of the entity class. T number, T name, age, and sal. They should match. Okay, now we have given that everything is ready. Let's try to click on, and it's a post mapping, right? Be aware of that. I do a save. Take this and save it over here, new request. And now let's do a send and check. It says teacher record inserted. I'm going to cross check the database. We'll check one and see if the table is created. Okay, which was our database? How do I check my database? Go to my application properties and check for database name. It is Major Project DB. Major Project DB. Now it has two tables. They are student and teacher. And teacher will have one record which I just inserted right now. 000 null. Why so? What happened? Teacher repository also is there. Teacher of the model class. Teacher service also is there. Save. And teacher controller also is there. And we have taken the request body and we have done a post mapping. Yes. Everything is perfect. The request body, I made the teacher class. There aren't any errors also over here. This is coming all as null. I am passing the to the post method as a body raw and JSON. I'm passing a T number, T name, age, and salary. Teacher record inserted. Let's do a send. Okay. Primary key is showing duplicated. Let's add 2 and send. Okay, it is not taking that value only. Body raw JSON. It's not taking that value. We have to troubleshoot why it is doing like that. So we have a teacher controller and we are doing save teacher, giving a request body. Teacher service dot save teacher, pass the teacher. Go to the save teacher and we are doing teacher repository, which is auto wired, and we call the save function. You go to the teacher repository, it says extend JPA repository for teacher and integer. So we go to the teacher class. We have the entity and the ID. Yes. Entity and ID means table has been created for that. Now what is this console showing the error message? Let's check. It's saying duplicate entity for primary key. Yes. So why is it not taking the values? Post mapping save teacher 9090 raw JSON. data from here is not going to the controller, it looks like. Controller is not able to detect. Yes, REST controller is there. Teacher service has been auto wired. Save teacher, yes, everything is good. Request body teacher object is also come. If we console.log, okay, there is no constructor, nothing is there, no. There is no constructor and setter getter in this. You have to go source and say generate constructor. There was empty class, no. That's why nothing happened over there. If you have written your constructor, and there was no setter getter also. Generate setter getter. And source generate toString. We forgot to add all this. Okay. Now this should work. As I do a save, it should restart. Okay, as I've added dev tools, no? At 1937. Yeah. It has restarted. Now let's come back over here and the proper data. One Alice. What happened? Teacher controller. TCLG cannot be resolved. What is it telling now? Syntax error. Okay, where is the syntax error? Okay, this CLG. Where did this come from? Okay, I save again. It should restart, service should restart automatically. Okay. And now if I do a hit, it should insert the data. Okay. Teacher record inserted, one Alice 45, 800. Let's come here and check. And that record should show over here. Okay. Now all good. We are on track now. So who is doing this parallelly with me? This is what I'm trying to ask. Who has reached till here and is able to successfully perform this operation? Anybody who was trying last evening, was getting stuck anywhere, can highlight and let me know. All good, very good, nice. Okay, we can also return the object which we are saying. Instead of writing return over here, directly we can say return and put it beside this only. So now what will this return? This will return the teacher object which is being saved. So instead of string, it will give you a teacher object. So we can try this also. Okay, so return teacher. So let's come to this method. So this also will return me a teacher now. And write return over here. Okay, so now you just check the difference. So let's save it. And now let's try to run the same and check whether we are able to insert the next record. 2 Ben 32 and 900. Let's now see. Now I will not get this message. I will get the object which it is saving in the database. See, I'm getting the object itself which is being saved in the database. No need to go and check in the cross-check the database. I am guaranteed that this has been saved. See. So we can return the object which we are saving also. Okay. Guys, we'll have to stick to the mode of communication as English for these sessions. Okay, so now one teacher record has been added. So, okay, so it's a teacher controller. So if you save a student, simple, this is there. Also, we can save multiple teachers if you want. So that will be a list of teachers. So we can have one more endpoint if you all wish to. Wherein if you all want to store the details of 5 to 6 teachers at once. So there in the request body, you have to pass a list of teachers. Control Shift O, import the list from the util package. And we will return the same. Whatever list we got as input, we will return them as output also. And now we can say save. This is save all teacher. Okay, or you can say set multiple teachers. Take the mapping name as the function name. And pass this list of teachers to that. This function is not there, hover on it, create that function. And in a repository, we have a function called return save all. Return dot save all. And we can pass the features. Okay, save it and also return the same. That's all. I've saved it, it should restart because we have already DevTools, no? So DevTools restarts the server instantly. No need to start and stop. Now to test this API, we have to hit this endpoint. Let's go to the Postman. And let's go and make a new, in the teacher folder, make a new request. Post request. That is save multiple teachers. Save it. Now in the body, in the raw JSON, I have to pass my list of teachers. So this is one teacher. I'll make a list of them. So I put a square bracket. Square bracket indicates it's a list. And you can separate the teachers with a comma. So this is one teacher, comma. I'll just take this and put a notepad and show you all better. Okay, let me open up my notepad and I'll show you all better how to make a list of teachers. Okay, so this is my notepad screen. This is one teacher. This is called as list. The square bracket means list. This is one teacher. Copy the object, comma. paste it, comma, paste it, comma, paste it, comma. Now I have 5 teachers over here. 1 and 2 are already added. I'll add from 3 onwards. 3. This 41, 1000. 4. David 54, 1800. 5. Elsid 25, 600. 6. Frank 49, 1500. 7. George 51, 1700. Okay, copy this, Control A, Control C. So I have to pass a list of objects, right? So I do a Control V. So now this is a list of objects. This square bracket means list, and this means 1 object, 2 object, 3 object, 4 object, 5 object. So as I do a send, it saves them and it returns me what all it has saved. So if I go to the database and check whether it has been saved in the database, ideally it should have been. See, all the data is showing in the database. So we can save multiple records also using the API. So create is done. Let's try to read now. So read, I want to read all the teachers and I want to read single teacher. So yesterday I showed you all, right? So we will make a method public give me list of teacher, means I want all the teachers, means list of teacher, and I will say get all teachers. I need a mapping for that now. So reading I will use get mapping, and whatever is the function name, I want to give the same mapping. Now we'll call the teacher service. Using that, we'll add the same function which we wrote over here. And this will give me list of teacher. I will return it. Create this method. This will take from the repository. Which are repository. So return dot find all. Okay. Simple code, just 2-line code. In the controller also 1-line code. Service also 1 line, 2-line code, and you get all the teacher details. Go to the teacher controller. Let's try to hit this endpoint. Teacher box, add request, get mapping, whatever is the pen, just copy this and write over here. Let's do a send. It will show you all the teachers over here. And this you can send to the front end, and front end will display this on the web page. To get a particular single teacher, What to do to get a single teacher? Create the get mapping. And we need to pass the ID of the teacher which we want to read. I will say get teacher. And here I will pass the teacher number. So whatever is the method, mapping should be the same. And now I will read this TNO as a path variable. What is it? TNO. I'll store in an integer variable. Now our service will call this function. Which teacher I want to search for? Here. And this will return me one single teacher. So let's create this function now. Here you have a function called find all. Find by ID. Find all will give you all the teachers, no? Find by ID. Return the repository dot find by ID. And once you have this, pass the T number which you found, and then do a dot get. This will return you. This is the single teacher which you are looking for. Save it. Go to the controller. Take the endpoint. Get teacher. I have to pass the teacher number. So if I want to read the data of David, I will pass what? 4. Will come here. Okay, get teacher by ID. What are we passing? 4. Save this. Oh, this is for all teacher. No? Don't change this. Don't mess with this. Don't mess with this. We'll make a new one. Get mapping. Okay, get teacher, and you have to pass the ID of the teacher. 4. Instead of here also. This is just for label sake. This is for our understanding. What name you want to give, save it. We'll show here get teacher. Teacher number 4, let's send. So we'll show me only teacher number 4, that is David here. So my get also is working and my post also is working fine. Okay, guys. Let me push all this code to the repository and you can practice. I made a repository for your college management system. I'm pushing all the data to that repository. I want you all to get comfortable with this making the CRUD operations. Once you are comfortable with that, then we can start with the UI and start whatever we are displaying on the Postman. We can do the same on the UI part. Okay, I showed you all. Okay, I'm pushing all this code which I've done from the Postman. Okay, I pushed the code. I'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. Give me 2 minutes, maybe. Hi guys, I'm back. So we're building the service from scratch, right? So I built the two endpoints, post and get. Okay, post single, post multiple, get single, get multiple. So we are trying to cover the entire range. Now let's try to create the update mapping. Okay, so update, we need put mapping, right? So public, and we will return a string, and we will say update teacher. So in update teacher, we have to first pass the teacher ID which we want to update, and then with the new value. So I'll pass two things to the update one. So understand the update is a bit slippery. So the database visible to your. So if I take a screenshot of this and paste it somewhere in Paint, so this is how my database currently is. So now whenever I want to update, I will first have to pass the roll number. Okay, so let's say I want to update this record 3. So I will pass the record which I want to update, teacher number, as a path variable. This I'll pass as 3. And then what I'll do is I'll then fetch that teacher number which I have passed. I'll fetch that record on the database. So I'll pass the teacher number and I will fetch the record of that teacher. Okay. Then I want to update this with the new values. So what is the new age of this person, right? So this is the data I have got. Then we have to mention the new age, salary, and ename. So in that, I will pass as an object the new values. Okay. So we have to pass two things. The new value I'll pass as an object. So what is the new age? So let's say new age is 43. New salary is 200. And new name is Krish. So this is the new values. So I have to pass two things to the update endpoint. First, which record to update and with what values to update. Then what we'll do, we'll take this record and I will call this as teacher from DB. Because this data has come from the database. So as a teacher from DB. And this will be teacher new values. So we have two records. Teacher from DB and teacher new values. And now I will update this teacher from DB with these values. So I will say teacher from DB dot set. What? Set the age. So what age do I want to set? The age which I am sending from here. So this is which age? This is the age of teacher new values dot get age. Okay. So what will happen then with this command? So this 41 will be removed. And the new age for that is how much? 43. That will be added over here. Now same I want to do for the salary. So I'm updating which object? I'm updating the teacher from DB object. That's why I'm saying over here teacher from DB dot set sal. So what should be the new sal of that employee? Should be 200, and 200 is coming from where? Teacher new values dot get sal. Like so, what will happen? 100 will be removed and it will be replaced by 200. Now I want to remove put the name also. So this is which teacher from DB. So I'll say teacher from DB dot set name. And what will be his new name? New name is Krish. Where is Krish coming from? Teacher new values dot get name. That's it. So what will happen now? This will be removed and it will be replaced by Krish. Now once my changes are there updated, I will save this new object back to the database using the teacher repository. Teacher repository dot save the teacher repository dot save which object has all the new details now? Teacher from DB. Just save that record back to the database. As simple as that. So now these new values will be saved back to the database. Here for employee number 3. So employee number 3 will become this will be the new employee number 3, which we put these values, no? They look at the new employee. This is the algorithm which we will use. Attendance will be sent at 8:30. So let's try to check this code now. Update teacher. So that will be a put mapping, right? And what are we calling them as? Update teacher. And what we have to pass as a parameter? T number. And also we have to pass the object also. And the rate request body. Object will come from which class? Teacher class. And what have I called them as? New values. Teacher new values, right? Same thing, new values. Control Shift O import put mapping. Now pass. Okay, after this T number also, no? T number is kind of the path variable. The integer T number. Okay, so if you want, you can give this also. Control Shift O. So what this does is this T number is pointing over here will be stored in the variable T number over here. So if you give over here A, you have to give over here A. Now let's come inside, and now The business logic will be applied in the service layer. So we will call the teacher service and pass both the key number and the new values. Call the function no update teacher function. Okay. Once it is added, we will return record updated successfully. Over on it, create the teacher. Now, what we have to do first, fetch this teacher record from the database. So we have a function called get teacher. You can directly call this function and pass what to it, T number. What will this give us? This will give us a teacher record. We're calling that as teacher from DB. Now, once we have the teacher from DB, what are we going to do? Set its age, salary, and name from the new values. So teacher from DB dot set age. From where will I get the age? New values dot get age. Teacher from DB dot set salary. From where will I get the salary? New values dot get salary. Set T name. New values from get T name. So once the new value object is teacher from DB constructed, save it. So teacher repository dot save teacher from DB. That's all. So this should update the record of the teacher. Which is the endpoint for this? Go to the controller. So it's a very streamlined sort of approach Spring Boot follows, segregating the controller layer and all the other layers. Yes, Abhay, sir will Amar sir will send by 8:30 the attendance sheet. So now once I've done it, let's come here and try to hit on the postman. So teacher, I go 3 dots, add a request. What is a put mapping, right? Let's update teacher. Which teacher am I updating? I'm updating teacher 4, right? I'll pass 4 over here. In the body, I will pass the raw and the new details. This already has been passed. What is the new name of that teacher? Wish. New age is 43 and new salary is 200. Okay, this is a put mapping. So paste over here also, so that we can relate with it. Save it. First, put update teacher. In the path variable, I have passed the teacher ID which I want to update, and in the object I am passing the new values. Let's send. Okay, there's some issue over here now. Okay, raw JSON, right? Not raw text. I have to send the raw JSON file. Okay. Send. Now it says record updated successfully. Let's So now roll number 4 earlier was, sorry, teacher number 4, earlier it was what? Before saving. Okay, okay, we have to say, okay, I changed the record for 4. So I modified 4 with Krish and 43. So this has changed now, not 3. So this has changed. Okay, so if I come here and check, get all the two teachers, get all teachers and hit. Let's check teacher number 4. See, teacher number 4 has been updated. If I get one single teacher, if I say get teacher and pass 4 and check, it will give me the new record now. So like this, update also is working perfectly fine. If you want to check in the database, you can check in the database also if you wished. See, 4, which was David, has now turned to Krish. So these are simple stuff which you all should be able to reproduce in your Eclipse. So this small application you all need, and you all will be good to go with it. So while you all are trying, are you all struggling anywhere? Struggling with the credentials or struggling with the connectivity? You can bring that up. We can troubleshoot that. Okay, so if you have time, if you all are willing to send in your screenshots or your queries, I can troubleshoot that. Now we have update is done. Now left with delete mapping. Say if I want to delete any particular record, so I will say public string delete teacher. And what will I pass to the delete teacher? The teacher ID. So we can use this same. Instead of put mapping, just use delete mapping and the function and the map endpoint should be same. And here we'll pass the teacher number. We can use over here T number. Then we have the path variable, so you can take this. You can take this. And this T number should match with this T number. Control Shift O. Now pass this T number to the teacher service. The other teacher service dot give the same function name, delete teacher, and pass the T number as a parameter. Once it is deleted, you can return a message saying record deleted success. Pour on it, create a message. Come to this, and here using the teacher repository, we have function called delete by ID. Delete by ID and what? T number. That's all. I've saved all. I go to the teacher controller. Now I want to hit this mapping. I want to hit this mapping now. I go to Postman. I go to the teacher tab. Add a request. It's a delete request. I change the URL. Okay. Delete teacher. And now AT&T delete teacher, and here give the ID which you want to delete. So let's say if I want to delete teacher number 4 and do a send, it says record deleted successfully. Now if I get all teacher, I will not get teacher number 4. See, I have teacher number 1, teacher number 2, teacher number 3, that teacher number 5. Was 4 I just deleted. So like this, we are performing all the CRUD operations on all these. This is what you got to understand in the backend. If anybody from you is having a question, let me know. Then I'll start with the next topic. So my question is, who is practicing this and how far have you all reached with the practice? Or if I all have doubts, again, let me know. If people are now sending in their doubts. Okay. Yes, this is what the backend looks like. Yeah, you're correct. People are now sending in their concerns. Yeah, I was pushing all this code to the GitHub, and people were asking their doubts on chat. Yes, just follow these steps and you should be able to run the code. Yeah, having difficulty with the configuration? Yeah, so you can share me the screenshot of the configuration which you have done. Send me the screenshot of the application properties file. And I hope you have installed the database, Rohit. Yeah, database should be there in place. And the database name should match with the database name which you are given in the properties file. So see, we have a properties file associated. Let me show you here. So database name should be matching with what? And if you're using the latest MySQL, your driver will be cj dot like this. But my driver is normal, this one. This I highlighted to you on the day one itself, right? So from there, you all can take the database. Rest everything remains the same. Rest, just add the dependency also I'm sending over here. So you can just copy paste this form XML into your applications. Just change the driver part to 8.0.33. Those who have installed the latest MySQL, they can use this path. Rest normal, all the configuration remains the same. Yes, so now you all try to run this code on your local machine. So once the backend is in shape, then we can venture out with the front end part. Yes, just use the same. Yes. See, I'm using all this. Java 17, install it and add it to your application. How to add Java 17? Right click on your application. Go to build path, configure build path. I had shown this on the day one. Here you will see module path, and if you see any other JDK, click on it, go to edit, go to alternate JRE, and from there select JDK 17. JDK 17 is not showing over here. Then go to install JREs. I hope you all have downloaded and installed JDK 17 from my Google Drive link I had shared right on day one. So after you install the JDK, a folder comes something like this. Okay, so once you install JDK in your program files in Java, a folder will be added with the name JDK 17. So once you have the JDK 17 folder, what you can do is alternate JRE, click on install JRE, click on add, standard VM is fine, go to next, go to directory and search for this path which I just showed you all. C, program files, Java, and just choose this path, click on select folder. Okay, once you select that, and just select folder, apply, close, and finish and finish. That's all. I have already added it, so I'm not doing it again. So that should show over here. And once it shows over here, apply, close, and then it will show over here. Just choose it and finish it and apply, close, like this. So you all should be able to link the database also. Amar sir has shared the attendance sheet. Try filling it. Okay. So you can give your feedback. Yes, Abhay, Amar sir has shared the attendance sheet. Fill it and try to create these. Okay, so you can try with a new Like this, similarly, you can try with a new entity, try with the principal. Then you will have to make the principal controller, principal service, principal repository. And then in the principal controller, you have to add all the CRUD operations, create for post mapping, read for get mapping, update for update mapping, put mapping, and delete mapping. So make all the functions. Say principal, okay, get principal, update principal, and delete principal lines. CRUD operations are very basic. Once we are done with this, now we can venture out in the front end part. As to now, all this while we were accessing the APIs from the API testing tool that was Postman. Now, what if I want to, while posting a teacher, I don't want to give the record like this. I want to make text boxes and save that. So for that, we will have to use the front end. Okay. So in the front end, when we use that time, we call it as a controller. Okay. So I will take the teacher controller. So I'll make a new controller for you all to show all the difference. I'll make a class. For teacher only we'll make teacher controller. But now I want using front end. Okay, so I will call over here front end. So now we'll have a web page in which we'll get the output. I will just finish. Now this will be a REST. This will be a controller, simple controller. So if you want to make UI, then you use simple controller. If you want to test on JSON, the APIs, you make REST controller, and if you want to test on the browser, you make simple controller. So I made a teacher controller. Let's say I want to make a simple method over here, test. /test. And this should show me a web page. So what this does, public string test, it will return, let's say, test. So now what happens is, if you're using this, when you use controller, whatever we return, there should be a HTML file by that name. So controller will return you the web page. REST controller will return you the raw data. REST controller returns merely the raw data like this. This is just the raw data. Where's the postman? Who closed the postman? I didn't close. The difference between controller and REST controller is, okay, so when I go to get all teachers and I do a send, it gives me the raw data like this. This is what the REST controller will return, but the controller will display this data on the web page. So now I'm doing that. So I make a controller front end. Now if you want to add the front end, then you have to add one library called TimeLeaf. So we'll take that library also. Let me expand it. So I go to the form XML. And there should be a library called TimeLeaf over here. Just take that library. Yeah, this one. Just take that dependency, copy it, and go and paste it in your pom.xml. If you want to play with the front end also. So under dependencies, I'm going in the end and I'm pasting this. Now as I do a save, they will download the dependency. See towards the bottom right, it is starting the download. So always wait till that download completes. Okay, this will take some time. So let me leave a download. Okay, this might take some time to download. Sir has shared the attendance sheet. Please mark your attendance and give your feedback if any. Okay, it seems to have downloaded. Okay, so when you download, you have to do a project clean. I go to a project and I clean that project. So when you add a new dependency, always try to do a project clean. What happened? Ambiguous mapping teacher controller method. Okay, there have been two mapping with the same name. Let's say teacher to a front end. There is test over here also. And is there test somewhere else? See, there is test over here also, no? So this is causing ambiguity. So let's make it test one. Okay, do a save. Let's say it is application is running. Okay, it is telling that application has executed in 1.1 second. So now when I hit that slash test one, and if it is a only controller, then there should be a HTML file by this name, and it should be in the resources. Okay, in this resources templates folder. So let me go inside over there, new, and make a HTML file. And you have to give the same name what you're giving over here. Whatever name you give, then that name of file should be there. Okay, and now we can give a h1. Yeah, welcome to full stack development. This file. So now when I go and hit this endpoint slash test one, it will open up as it is using controller. Controller will always return you a web page. Return a web page. REST controller will return you raw data. This will return raw JSON data. Okay, so which we will get on Postman. But your controller will return you a web page which we will see on web browser. Yes, so you will see that on the web browser. So let's try to hit this get mapping test one. So okay, so now you can go and on the browser and test it. So go to the browser and say localhost 8090 and say test one and see that page has popped up. Spring Boot. This is what you had given in test one, test, and what is in test.html? We have welcome to FSD. So did we? So what was the endpoint we have given over here? Test one, right? I also have given localhost test one. So it is showing Spring Boot. Right? Did we comment that out? There is no test. You only have. I did not give test. I gave test one, right? So let's try to stop the application, clear it. Let's do a project clean once. College management, clear it. Let's run the application. Okay, it has run. So let's try to hit on the browser and check now. Okay, now it has come. Welcome to FSD. We did not save the program. Now it has gone. So now when I hit this endpoint, it will go to this web page. Now it is going to be a web page. Okay, so whatever you want to do in this web page, you can do. So if you want to add a ordered list, unordered list. Okay. So if you want to add whatever HTML you have learned, you can use over here. Li. Okay. Let's say if you want to display cars, Audi. So now we can design the UI also. Audi, BMW, and Mercedes. I do a save. As we go and refresh, so if you are using REST controller, you can directly use on the browser, see, and you are getting the code. So if you are using REST controller, this is the advantage you have, that we can directly see the output on the browser. Okay. Sir is again sharing the attendance. Please mark it. Those who haven't marked yet. Let's plug in my charger. So whatever HTML you have learned, that entire HTML we can apply over here. Okay, so in REST controller. So if you want to make a table, you can make a table also. I hope you guys have studied this. So table is made of rows. So the first row you can give the heading TH. Okay, teacher number. So we'll be creating this, and now next our task will be to accept the detail from the user using a web page. Now so I'm designing that web page. Teacher number T name, salary, and age. So I have 4 columns. Now the first row is complete. Now second row will come. This will be data. PD. The actual data which you can enter. You have entered over here. My database will fetch that and show. So right now just hard coding it. Then I will fetch the data from the user, from the database, and show it to you. Like this multiple you can show, and then you can give a border to the table also, so that the table is visible. Simple table. Save it. And now we go and refresh the browser. We will see that the browser has shown the table also. See, data was same, so it is showing this. Now what we will do is we will try to fetch this data from the database and show over here. Then if you want to take forms to register the teacher, you can make a form also. Okay, so if you want to make an endpoint on the click of which you want to open the form, you can make a mapping. Okay, so you can say teacher registration form, teacher registration form, and now this mapping you can hit map it to a function and return it. Okay, so normally when I name a HTML file, I name it like this in kebab case. So in in your controller, whatever we are returning. So if I use controller, whatever I return, there should be a HTML file by that name. I return test. I had test HTML in the templates folder in the resources folder. So now I'm returning teacher registration form. I should have this HTML in the templates. Right click, new, and you can say other and say HTML. You have to give this name. Okay, see. And now here you can have the form. So in form, we have to give an action. Okay, as of now, I'll just keep it blank, and you have to give a method. So as of now, I'll keep that also blank. Form closes, and then you have input type. So enter teacher number, and we have input type text box. Read the data from the user. And then for the programmer, we have the name property. Programmer identifies the text box with its name. BR means new line. So like this, I'll be having 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll be also having the submit button to save the data. So enter teacher number, enter teacher name, enter teacher age, enter teacher salary. All out type text box. Just I will give separate team names to each text box so that the backend can identify them properly. Okay, save it. Now if I want to check this form, which endpoint do I have to hit on the browser? I have to go and hit this endpoint. So I copy this and let me check if the browser is able to show me this form. Okay, I go to the browser. Okay, so we are now coming to the UI also. Now hit enter. See, it shows me this form. Okay, this was a button, right? This was a button. So I forgot to change that. This input type as submit. What you want to show on that button is the value. Value will be save teacher. And name will be S. Control S. I go over here and refresh this. Okay, so this is a very simple plain style. We can enhance the UI of this using CSS. So now when I enter the teacher number over here, 8, and Henry, okay, 35, salary 900, and now when I will click on save, this data which is there now will be saved to the database. Okay, we have the database over here, right? Where is the database? So database over here, the database will open up. Getting it? So whatever I save over here, When I click on save teacher, that record will directly come over here in the database. 8, 35, and 100 jobs, or whatever, Henry. So now we will not use Postman. I just gave you Postman is just used for testing the backends. Once you have the front end, then you can invoke the backend from the front end form which we have made in HTML in order to use Postman. So we will use Postman when our controller is of REST controller, and we will use web pages when our controller is of only controller. Getting it, guys? So let me push all this code onto the repository, and you can practice with both controller also and REST controller also. Okay, I pushed the code. If anyone has any concern, doubt, queries, can ask me in the next 5-7 minutes. That will pack up. Amar sir, one of the candidate, Lakshmikant, is not able to open the attendance link.
Lakshmikant, you can just copy the link and paste in your web browser. If you are not able to click on that, so that will open. I shared the link once again in the chat box.
Who else is having concerns? Okay, he is selling now. It is opening. Yeah. Anybody else having any concerns, questions, queries while practicing or other topic? Then can let me know over the chat. If all good, then we can wind up in the next 2 minutes. Okay, then guys, take care. See you all tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah, thanks, sir. Thank you, students. We'll see you tomorrow.